Hi everyone, thanks very much for keeping it up here. This is the Mental Health Radio, your trusted space where we confront mental health problems in the African way. Loud, honest, and with laughter when we can afford it. Now today I want us to tackle our third pillar of the psychological capital, which is called resilience. I know I've got various messages asking me, Adrian, talk about the subsequent pillars of psychological capital, and I've done the first two pillars, which is hope, and I've already talked about self-efficacy. Now pillar number 3 is called resilience. Okay, now resilience isn't about wearing an emotional bulletproof vest or pretending you don't cry when you hit your pinky toe on a jerry can in the night. You know how that feels when you're moving in the night and you hit your toe onto a jerry can. But resilience is the capacity to bounce back. Do you have the capacity to bounce back, to stretch without snapping, to adapt without collapsing? It's what allows you to say, okay, the storm is strong, but I've been wet before, and I'll dry again. You know, that old saucepan your grandmother still uses. I want you to have a reflection of that old saucepan deep down in the village, the one with one handle missing and blackened bottom. But it cooks sweet beans. That's resilience. It's not pretty, it's not shiny, but it keeps you going. You don't throw it away just because it's been burnt once or twice. No, you respect it more because it has survived ages. Now, that's what I mean with resilience. Because in real life, resilience means being dumped over WhatsApp and still showing up to the lecture the next day with your head high and your tie ironed. That's called resilience. It's growing up in a home where you shared one bed with 3 cousins and still dreaming big. Resilience means losing someone close, maybe a parent, maybe a beloved one, maybe a relative, and you learn how to laugh again without feeling guilty. That's what we call resilience. I remember 4 years ago, one time, I asked a group of teenagers during a workshop, what does being resilient mean to you? One boy raised his hand and said, sir, it's when you fail to get data bundles, but you still use WhatsApp with hope, refreshing every 2 minutes. I almost gave him a certificate right there, because that's exactly what I mean by resilience. He told me, sir, it's when you fail to get data bundles, but you still use your WhatsApp with hope, refreshing every 2 minutes. So that alone was quite spectacular. I didn't see that coming. That excited me, how this young man could break down resilience metaphorically. I loved it. But that's what I mean when I talk about resilience, guys. Do you have the ability to bounce back? Do you know that you need to bounce back? Do you have that capacity where life puts you down and you say, try me, but I can bounce back. I can get over this. That's what we call resilience. But seriously, resilience isn't automatic. It's built slowly. From the small choices, from the small decisions, from every I'll try again after a no. From every let me breathe fast before reacting in anger. From every village elder's proverb that told us the child who falls doesn't remain on the ground unless they enjoy the dust. Resilience isn't automatic. It comes after us working towards being resilient. That's why it's rare. That's why we need it as part of the package of our psychological capital to keep moving. Because I've always been saying this out, that problems are part of the life. But what makes a difference is having a psychological capital working for you to keep you moving regardless of the situations that come your way. You get it? So, even in psychological research, resilient people tend to recover from setbacks faster. They engage more in problem solving and they don't spiral as fast into hopelessness, just like people who don't have resilience. They know that stress is real, but it doesn't mean the end. It means something has to adjust. Maybe expectations, maybe attitude, maybe your WhatsApp status, but they don't give up. Resilient people don't give up. It takes time for a resilient person to dive into what we call hopelessness. So let me ask you, what in your life tried to break you but only ended up teaching you how to rebuild? What have you bounced back from? What have you bounced back that you thought would finish you? If your answer is, Adrian, I'm still trying, then you're already halfway there. Resilience doesn't mean you are always okay. It means you are still showing up, still fighting, still waking up, even when your spirit hits snooze. Let's build our psychological capital, brick by brick. Hope, efficacy, resilience, and soon optimism that one deserves its own drama. Stay tuned. If no one told you this today, you are tougher than the gossip from your village WhatsApp group. You are still standing, and that's enough for now. Until next time, this is Adrian reminding you life might slap, but we slap back with resilience, with confidence, and the occasional biscuit. I'll see you when you see me. Bye-bye.